23 fucking units?
The fucking White Sox pulled it out of their assholes.
I mean,
too.
yeah, they did.
Out of their assholes.
I mean, dude,
You guys want to do a show, or you want to be on your phones?
I'm tweeting out the links to the show to get to take it to the people.
You guys want to be on the show, or you want to be on your phones?
Pumping the show.
I'm pumping the show.
Pumping the show.
After it's pumped, though, the phones will not get picked up again.
No.
Deal, because I agree. That's fair. That's fair. I wasn't present enough
Some
yesterday.
things you got to look up.
I'm not worried about that. I noticed you just carrying my Lindy's college football magazine around now like it's yours.
Why not? Oh, I got to give it back?
Yeah, you got to give it back.
I thought you were saying
Bought that in the
it's
Charlotte airport. I
right,
think
yeah,
Lindy's
I
is only in the South. Do you have Lindy's up here?
We have Lindy's.
You have Lindy's? Okay.
But it's too much. I do three things. There's a guy whose team previews I read. I read Athlon, and then I read Phil. But I think Phil comes out too late.
Phil comes out in August, yeah.
Phil likes his abbreviations too much.
Bill,
I don't know what they mean.
Man, I think Bill Connolly blows everybody away.
Bill Connolly had a great thing where it was a free Google Drive.
That's true.
And then he went to the fucking ESPN. I don't know what his deal is.
I
You
like
can't find, like you used to have his.
Bill
I got
Connolly's
another
great.
guy.
Phil Steele's great. You know,
Brad Powers is great.
But
I love Brad Powers stuff.
I love the Athlon and the Lindy's because it gets out there. It gets out there very, very early, and the information is obsolete by the time the season comes around. But at least I get to look at it. At least I get to I like to quiz myself.
You really think it's obsolete? I wouldn't say
Not
it's
obsolete. Some of it is. Like Kansas doesn't have a coach in that magazine.
Yeah. That's the same way as Athlon.
And I would say 80% of the quarterbacks that are listed in that magazine will start this year, and then there's another 20% that we just don't even know about yet. Because, things happen in August for teams. Like,
right.
I don't know who Syracuse's quarterback's going to be this year.
What's tough is like all the transfer portal stuff. I mean, they usually get these things out so early. People are still moving around. I mean, it's free agency.
You think it'd be more like if somebody came out with a magazine that was just gambling based, came out in August, you only get a month to read it. Maybe it's shorter, highlight some players against the spread stuff, and then projected win, or like shows you the movement of a win total. Like, hey, their win total now is at 9, but I still like it because I took it at 8.5. Like, I don't know. I think
gamblers are very passionate, very short attention span. I don't think they're buying when the season comes up. They're going to be ready, but I don't think they're reading in August. It's a very short window for gamblers. I feel like you could
disagree. I've heard that
you could do a week-to-week gambling mag. I don't know if you could do
people like camped out to get into the win totals.
Okay, well that makes sense. That's your diest of the diehards, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I know I'm going to be reading a ton in August this year. Whenever I've done great, I mean, luck is where preparation meets opportunity. Like, my best college football years are when I just go to ground for 10 or 12 days and do notes on every team. And, Mr. Walker, you murdered it last year. I mean, you were definitely the king of college football gambling, and it's going to take a lot to come after you. So I'm going to do some real preparation.
What was your best bet run, though, on the show?
Strong.
10-1 you started?
Yeah, he had a
my best. I was 12. I finished 12-3 on my
12-3. But you were at I think like 9-0 at one point, right?
He started very
7-0.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
No, I was up on the season, the whole season.
So that's college football. It's Win Total Wednesdays. We will all present one win total on the Barstool Sportsbook app for you.
Except Brandon, who's already brought 2.
Yeah, I've got 2.
Which, listen,
I've got 2.
It's an awesome segment. Let's get as many as we fucking can out there.
I've got 2, and Ev was like, "You got to save them." No, I looked at the book. I got like 25 or 30 of them. So I'm presenting my favorite 2 out of the Southeastern Conference today. So, yeah, it is Pick Central, our daily gambling show on BarstoolSports.com, and we are joined by the wonderful Rico Bosco. You're here today and tomorrow this week, right?
Yes.
Good. I like your shirt.
Thanks, man. Right state.
Shout out Fairborn,
Dude, they
Ohio.
had a crazy. There had been NCAA baseball Friday night with Tennessee at that Grand Slam in the ninth, and they're down 8-5.
I've seen some of the highlights. Arkansas, NJIT was up. Crazy.
By the way, I just noticed that you just threw a fucking fit together yourself.
It's Win Total Wednesday, Brandon.
Yeah.
I got it.
It looks like a casual Friday.
I mean,
Respect.
I'm sorry, I didn't give you enough credit. I looked over here and I was like, God damn.
I'm not gonna put on my good shirt on Win Total Wednesday, the inaugural edition.
TJ, you want to show the kicks?
All right, let's
You recognize the logo?
we're not giving Rico enough
You
attention.
better recognize that logo.
We're
I
not giving
can't see it from this phone.
we're not
It's
giving
hard
Rico
to
enough
see the
attention.
detail.
I gotta say, Brandon looks good in that powder blue today.
Thank you very much.
Zoom
Oh
in on
shit,
those
fuck you.
bitches. Whoops.
You got to put him. There you
All
go.
right, there we go.
Arnie.
Arizona
Little Arizona
iced
iced tea.
teas. The inside has the can.
That's awesome.
Sick, bro.
Best $1 you'll ever spend in your life.
Without a doubt, it's I say it all the time. It's recession proof.
I was a big Arnold Palmer guy, but the Arizona, just the normal iced tea is phenomenal.
Recession proof.
I'm glad this guy. I don't know who it is. What happened in the cities with 2 electric athletes? They said it. I forgot. I knew we were going to start with that today. We will get to that.
Someone actually sent me a good suggestion.
All right.
That was for it's cool can be argued, but I think cool players. Arizona, you got Murray and Booker.
Yes,
I thought that
you
was
do.
pretty strong.
What?
Shout out the guy that DM'd me that. That was a good suggestion.
The discussion we ended with yesterday, and we ended it way too late. We didn't get much discussion in. Was name the cities or what city has the best 1-2 punch of athletes right now? And Booker Murray's really, really good. Although, would you go Booker Murray or Booker Hopkins? I guess Murray's a quarterback.
You're saying coolest to the best.
Well, that's why I said
think
Murray,
I go best. I
can
go
make an argument. Murray's not like I think Murray plays cool on the field. He's kind of like just a bland guy off the field, but on the field he definitely like a cool, fun to watch.
I mean, Anaheim's got the 2 best guys going, but they're boring as shit.
Well, we're saying combo. We're saying of like cool, for example, like
2 different sports.
Atlanta. Atlanta would have been
figured.
before the trade, like Julio and like Trae Young or
Young,
something like
okay.
that.
Well, they still got Acuna and Trae Young.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so that's very, very good.
Strong.
Then there was Juan Soto and somebody else from Washington.
What about Kershaw and LeBron in L.A.?
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if we have to.
I mean, they're the best, but yeah.
I'm almost wondering if we have to put L.A. and New York aside because they get too many bites at the apple.
Right.
Okay.
They get too many entries into the lottery.
Does Anaheim count? Close.
Maybe, yeah. Ovechkin, Chase Young. I don't know if Ovechkin. I put Soto above Ovechkin at this point, right? Soto's one of the top 10 best young players in baseball. And
it sucks the A's don't have anybody cool because Curry and
That's what I said
Yeah,
yesterday.
he said the
I
exact
said
same thing.
maybe you can make an argument for like I don't know how cool he's like Curry, like Buster Posey. I don't know. Like the Giants are good right now, but neither. Like, honestly, they're
You
both
keep
good.
going to cool. I just think it's best.
No, we're changing
Well, I think you
We're doing
honestly
like
have to make
electric.
two.
we're doing cool.
Well, no, we're not doing. You don't just walk in
Well-
and change it.
Well, Trae Young and Acuna, it started with cool. That was the initial
Cool.
argument. Was cool.
Well, if it's cool, Zion, Alvin Kamara, or Zion and Mike Thomas, either
I
one
like
of those.
that.
I think Kamara's cooler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
can dig it.
Kamara's cooler than Zion. I mean,
Mike
Kamara's
Thomas
cool
going
as
at
fuck.
Drew Brees before the year last year. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Oh man, I'd heard. Mm-hmm.
What do we think about the watch?
Yep. You've worn it multiple times
Nope,
here. We've
this
talked
one's
about the
brand
wa-
new.
Is that wood?
You have multiple
Yeah.
wooden
Little wooden
watches.
touch.
I have like 4 or 5.
How many wooden watches do you have?
5 or 6.
You just had 4 or 5. You got one in the brief
Well, I
time
forgot,
between
yeah.
that comment.
This one's good.
That's a good watch.
It is.
I first thing I did this morning when I
Make
got
sure
here
it
was
works.
compliment your
Trying all the new stuff.
good shirt,
It's the
good
summer,
shoes,
You know?
good everything.
Win Total Wednesday.
Pacers just fired their head coach.
Really?
Oh wow, okay. The MVP was given out yesterday.
Sure was.
Nikola Jokic, and it's just so funny that I know it was a fan vote, but Derrick Rose getting an MVP first place vote in 2021. Don't do that. I mean, that's
How did Randall not get any?
I think Randall came in like 6th or 7th. He didn't get a first place vote.
Oh.
Just there was a fan consensus vote for one first place vote, and they gave it to D Rose.
how did that happen? By
I
the way?
don't know.
I've heard
I don't
it's-
know.
I've heard-
Bots. Why can you never win the sneakers app? Bots.
But I understand
They
that.
fucked with the
I got
system.
2 wins under my
But why
belt.
did the bots pick Derrick Rose?
Did you pay attention to the election?
Yeah. Well, for a little bit, at
I
least
just
for the
wanted
first
to
2 hours.
Piss off the political people. Bots.
Boy, I knew Jokic was going to win the MVP. I didn't know he was going to win it that convincingly.
No, I didn't either.
But yeah,
right?
he
Jesus.
walked the dog on it. I mean that's as thorough and ass kicking an MVP votes as I can remember. But no, I don't think there's much argument. He deserved it.
What was the odds for the year?
I think 3,000. There's 30 to 1.
It had to be big.
And with Embiid,
with
fa-
Murray
fighting
going out
injuries.
and them even being in the second round right now of the playoffs. I mean, he had a great. It's so crazy because I remember like 2013, 14 when he first kind of came in the league, and I was so big in like daily fantasy basketball at that time. So I was so up on like every player, every team. And he was that guy that you get cheap. For some reason, the coach, I forget who the coach was at the time.
Mike Malone, right?
I think so. I don't think George Karl could have been there that late.
I don't think so.
Who was this?
Jokic. And I remember
I never
they would play him just 20 minutes a night, and this dude would literally give you like 10, 10, and 2 in 20 minutes. They refused to play him. And finally, they got a new coach, started playing him. What do you know? All of a sudden, you give him 40. He's going for 20, 20, and 10. Like, it was crazy.
There should be a thing where they keep tabs on coaches like that, and that guy like never gets a job again. You're not rooting against the guy, but like you know what I mean? Like he was a young foreign big guy, but I was like, every time this guy's in the court, he does good things. Right.
Like play him.
You got to
like,
figure that out.
Why
like,
not?
So that should be like on a footnote on your resume. Like had him and didn't play him.
It was a weird year in the NBA. Like every big time MVP candidate like spent time hurt. Like LeBron took himself out because he got hurt and sat out forever. Embiid probably would have been there at the end if he hadn't missed as many games as he did. Curry, if they'd finished in the 4 or 5 seed, I think he might put a big dent in that. But them like in the play-in, you can't really give him that vote.
I think Embiid getting hurt was the reason the gap was so big.
Yeah.
I think it would have been pretty close if he didn't miss so many games.
Does Curry? I'll end on this. Does Curry have to go somewhere else to be Ray Allen at the end of his career? You get where like
I get it. Yeah,
so his minutes are going to go down. He's still
go be a sniper.
Threes.
Go be a sniper.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's going on with how bad's this Clay thing? Because I mean, I think that's
he's missed 2 full seasons.
Yeah,
in a row.
I know. I mean, I think that's a point. Can he be counted on to come back and do anything at this point? Is what I'm saying.
I think it's just so much. Like when you miss two different injuries like that, it's so much just like.
Well,
I think he might be. It's not. I think the two of them maybe could be like, hey, our primes are. Well, it's hard to say with Curry.
And even Draymond. Draymond's done. Like that. The party in Oakland's.
Draymond's the guy they got to get rid of.
It's over. I think Curry. I mean, Curry's probably.
I think Curry's got a lot left in the tank.
Right, but do you think they can bring somebody in who's?
Yeah. Do you think they can bring somebody in to restart
to be the star?
To restart the engine,
honestly, I think Wiseman was like kind of he got hurt too, but he's supposed to be like the initial, like a big man that can score. He can shoot a little bit.
All right.
Athletic.
I think
because I'd like to see them still make runs. I'd like to see Golden State be.
Why
that much fun?
I think of Wiseman. I mean, he's only 19, 20 years old. I think he can be that guy that you hope he gets good enough to keep Curry around.
Right. But Curry is, if you think about his future as a possible free agent, it's just so exciting to think about because he is so unique. He's the greatest shooter in the history of basketball,
without a doubt.
And you shoot like that, you fit anywhere. And
easily.
He takes a contender and makes him a championship winner wherever he goes. I'd love to see him leave Golden State. Just personal opinion.
Okay.
I'm not invested in it as far as teams or anything like that, but I'd love to see him somewhere else. I remember draft night. I didn't care. I was in Mississippi at the time. Had no plans to ever be in New York. I was praying the Knicks would get him because I knew he would. I didn't know he'd be this good. I knew he'd be good, and I wanted him to play in prime time all the time. And even I underestimated how good he would eventually be.
The thing with him too, though, he had all those ankle problems, and nobody thought he'd be able to hold up because I mean he's had so many of them, but he's been able to for the most part.
I mean he's unbelievable.
The pick before.
All right.
Too late.
Speaking of unbelievable, how about some clothes? How about Cuts clothing, Rico?
Cuts clothing.
Hell yeah.
Unbelievable, isn't
Summertime.
it? Pretty much all the time.
But now, if you buy them, it's for the summertime.
The sport of business.
Learn about marketing one fucking time.
That is 100% right. You're right. If you buy them right now, they will be for the summertime. Yep.
What are we pitching? What am I going to do with fur coats?
The sport of business.
Hey, what am I going to do with fur coats? I'll take them back.
I want to talk about.
I'll take them back.
That's
me. I'm
no, I want them.
I want to talk about that.
Your ad. Just read your ad, monkey man. Read your ad.
I want to talk about that.
Read your ad, monkey man. I know the segues.
By the way, that fucking monkey that died is just a monkey. Everybody get over yourself. Fellas, no, it's just a monkey. Okay?
I'm not even like a fan, but don't be.
We all friends.
I wasn't a consumer.
If they took a month off that Twitter account and just replaced him with a similar looking monkey, we'd never know.
That was my take.
I took it.
Fucking idiot.
Damn.
Fellows, the sport of business means demanding excellence from your craft and wardrobe. Your fits need to be versatile, blending timeless style and comfort so you look good as you feel. For that, there is Cuts Clothing. They've taken a classic men's fashion staple, the plain T-shirt, and refined it, combining premium quality with a minimalist aesthetic. Their shirts, their polos, their hoodies, their crew sweatshirts are made for the man who works hard, plays hard, and never settles for less, just like Ben Mintz, all in the sport of business. Take a plain tee, but make it Tony Stark. The bleeding edge of fabric technology meets the man confident enough to wear it, like Ben Mintz. Cuts Clothing is the perfect T-shirt. It's not just a lifestyle. It's not just clothing. It's office leisure apparel for the sport of business. Get 15% off your first order by going to cutsclothing.com/picks. That's cutsclothing.com/picks for 15% off the only shirt worth wearing. All right.
We have breaking news
God damn it.
that probably only I care about. ESPN has reached a multi-year, multi-platform rights agreement with the Big Sky Conference. 600 plus events on ESPN Plus, 2 football games and 1 men's basketball game on ESPNU, men's and women's basketball championships on the ESPN networks. Bye-bye, Pluto TV, boys.
Eastern Washington.
We're on the fucking quad box.
Brandon, you didn't.
We
Brandon,
are stepping up in the world, bro.
Brandon, you didn't
Big
notice.
Sky.
As you were reading the ad, I was looking over at Rico, just like
His face lit up.
fist pumping. Yeah. I was thinking, what just?
Do you have any
something
idea
just
how
hit?
difficult it is to watch on fucking Pluto? And I love them. Pluto TV is impossible to watch. Oh, I'm so amped.
Man.
Conference USA football has some streaming stuff that's similar to that.
Congratulations, Rico. Big
Eastern
moment for
Washington,
you.
baby.
Big game.
Was it Montana
Big,
State?
big news.
So we're going.
Yeah, Idaho State.
Idaho State.
State's the one I tweeted about. Their court is a fucking 6th grade gym. You have to see the lines on this court.
Is Idaho
It's
State
insane.
that plays in the
It's Idaho or Idaho State, one of them.
Yeah, is Idaho or Idaho State the one that plays in the Kibbe Dome, the one that was awesome
Idaho.
to play with in
Idaho.
NCAA football?
Yeah. Bobby Petrino's brother, Paul, was coaching him for a while.
Okay, that's outstanding drop-in right there.
I love the Big Sky. Maybe they'll start getting new merch because their website sucks. I want a nice golf shirt.
We're going to get to sports. I got 2 things before we get to sports. Number one, since everything's about you and the Big Sky.
It's not about me. It's about the Big Sky.
Those
kids.
How are
now,
you?
Now their family
Hold
gets
on.
to watch them, Brandon.
How are you and
I know you have family problems.
How are you and Cheeseballs doing?
Dead to me.
Huh? Is it
Dead
Tommy
to me.
Cheeseballs, the guy that put out the video the other day?
Dead to me.
What do you call you, a Benny?
You don't even know what that means.
What's a Benny? He told me yesterday.
It's a
I had to
pathetic
explain.
Yeah, he broke it down.
Pathetic attempt.
Well, he called you a Benny. He called you. What? You remember the Dickie Do Club?
In fairness, Tommy didn't know what he was doing. It
was a cameo.
another-
I was going to say,
it was
I mean,
paid.
is he really dead to you because he was
It-
paid
it was
for it?
paid.
Doesn't that change
It's
the dynamic?
Yeah,
Ben.
I mean, it's-
There is no dynamic changing with Rico. If you take a shot at Rico, you're
He
dead
really
for
didn't
life.
know. It's another. It just.
Yeah, but if you
It's
excused
another. It's
him,
another page in the book that shows hasn't had an original thought in his life.
it was kind of an
That's
original
all I'll
thought.
say. It's not an original thought. You needed somebody else to be funny.
All right. Okay. He's dead. Tommy Cheeseballs dead to you.
Until he's on the DP show next week, I'm still gonna listen. But yeah, I'm not happy with him.
If he came in,
If I see him at DJ's, I might ask what kind of car he drives. Let's put it that way.
can you explain that one to me later?
Yeah.
All right,
I
thank
got
you.
you.
And
You with some rich boys.
we're gonna
We all drive Cadillacs. We all got money.
And we're going to get to the NBA. We're going to get to Gerrit Cole definitely being a cheater, Big Ev. We're going to talk. We're to do Win Total Wednesday in a minute too. So before we do that, I want to talk to you and you. Okay, very quick. We'll do this in 30 seconds. You make Goodfellas quotes all the time. You just did it with the
Correct.
fur coats just a second
Yes.
ago. You do it all the time. It is an iconic movie. It's a legendary movie, and people in New York quote it all the time on the streets. This is a movie that I watched last week. I've watched it 6 times now over the last 2 years. I am aware it's a classic. I'm aware everybody loves it. I'm aware it's looked at as one of the greatest movies of all time. I watched it again, and I still just go, oh, okay, it's pretty good. I can't fall in love with it, Rico. What's the problem?
Well, I told him I think it's just a cultural thing. I don't think you get I think a lot of people with The Sopranos, the same thing. Like that's you got to see the comedy or you got to know a guy like that. I think there's little bits of Goodfellas that we see in people.
Just
that
the
you might
facial
not-
expressions,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
vocal
Yeah, it's
things.
like obviously like me and Rick are sitting here like we like are like it like we're like grew up around the fucking
Yeah,
mob.
exactly.
Right.
You might I think like I got some friends, you know, that are like maybe like you know what I mean? Like I got
Right.
You just know a lot of people like that, and it's just like even like Sopranos. Like I grew up literally 30 minutes from there. Like I know everywhere they're going. My whole mom's side of the family grew up in Jersey. All those places I've been to. I've driven by them. Like I've driven past the Bada Bing a million times. Like you see them all the time. You just kind of like you're around it. Like it's just part of your environment a little bit.
I don't know. I'm a huge Goodfellas fan. I stood up on a table at the New Orleans poker table and said, "Ray Liotta, you really are a funny guy." One time, so I don't know if it's totally.
How did he react to that? He seems like a regular
No, I
guy.
mean, I like he was calling me skimp. Like I was wearing a tie-dye shirt and I hadn't shaved and I looked like shit at the table, and I was raising a lot of hands because that's my strategy is to be aggressive and
All
kind of
right.
poke the bear. So every time I raise, he keeps calling me Skippy. And so, like, the 8th time,
Skippy.
Skippy. I've been called so many things, though. Like, man, I've been called a lot of nicknames, but do I look like a Skippy? Anyway, so I stand up, and I slap the table and said, you really are a funny guy. Ah! And the whole table lost their minds. He did not think it was funny.
All right.
But,
he's a dish you can't
no,
take
but
it
he
guy.
signed a Goodfellas poster after. So
All
cool.
right, there you go.
What
That's
did you
all
just
need.
say?
He's a dish you can't take it guy.
Yeah, I bet you hate those, don't
Hate
you?
those guys. Man, let me tell you.
Yeah. And that was
That was the end of Pesci, right?
that wasn't the end. That was like the beginning of him being like in every movie. That
He was on Casino after.
yeah.
Okay.
He took a big break.
He won the
was
Oscar for that, and then he was in like My Cousin Vinny. He was in every movie for 2 years, and then eventually he petered out, but it wasn't
My
the end.
Cousin Vinny was after that?
He went Goodfellas, Home Alone in a 3-month span in 1990, and My Cousin Vinny was after that.
Casino
All right,
was
fine.
like 95,
so,
right?
So then
Yeah.
that run, that 2-year run of Pesci, and then we never heard from him again.
Well, until The Irishman, I think he was in Little Things, yeah, but I think he's
He's
a
a
guy.
shell of himself
Have you
in
ever
The
seen? By the way,
Irishman.
have you ever seen his acceptance speech for Goodfellas?
Yes, it was 5 words.
It's the most incredible.
Said he didn't
It's my
expect-
privilege.
He
Thank
didn't
you.
expect to win.
Yeah, he walked up, says, "It's my privilege, thank you," and that was it. Best
That's humble.
Oscar
I mean,
speech of
yeah,
all time.
it's, whatever.
And they're saying
No,
these
Ben
guys are
Affleck-
saying it's a bad take. I'm telling you, I know it's a bad take. I want to love the movie. I want to like bathe in it. I want to be, but I just it doesn't connect to me.
What's your favorite like mob whatever movie?
I don't really love them. I guess
fair
probably
enough.
The Godfather, which I watched for the first time about 3 years ago. It's excellent, and Goodfellas is good. I would say maybe Goodfellas. But
I don't think Bronx Tale gets like Bronx Tale for me is probably like number 2. Like it's
Really?
right there.
Yeah, I watched that one.
I
watched it
love
recently.
I love
liked it, but
Bronx
didn't
Tale.
love it.
The premise
Bronx
of
Tale.
Bronx Tale is probably the most elevated storyline like out there when you think about it, because that's a real like
The
like,
neighborhood.
one guy
But, I
going,
mean, Chaz-
one guy
Chaz-
going fucking legit.
Chaz Palmieri was the kid. Like
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
it was a loose of like his like
I
childhood.
didn't know that.
That was also Robert De Niro's directorial debut. I don't know why I know that. But yeah, it's a good movie.
I
All right.
saw it on Broadway as well. It was phenomenal.
Oh, really? That sounds
Sure did.
That sounds excellent.
My family brought me. They knew that was the only Broadway show I'd go see.
You
I,
would like-
It was
you-
great.
You would like a couple Broadway shows.
I didn't
sure
get
I
to go
would.
to a Broadway show before everything shut down. Are they coming back? Are
It's
they?
Yeah, they're
September
coming back.
14th, I think.
Coming back.
Why do you know that?
Because I live 2 block like Hell's Kitchen's right
Coming
by it.
back.
So I see
Okay.
signs.
In like 5 years, we get the 30th anniversary of Rent. I'm hoping that comes back. That's my favorite. Book of Mormon was hilarious. You ever seen Pippin? Les Mis? They're all up there.
Culture Rico. Damn.
It's not just, not just win totals up there,
Fucking
man.
King of New York. Little sass. Oh, I'm sorry, Rico. Did you
He
take offense?
dresses He dresses like a 40-year-old dad going to the gym. The high socks.
You need
and
a
the shorts.
You need a mirror?
What? You're a fucking asshole.
So, all right. Hi. It is. Hello, Kevin. It is Brandon Walker. We are on Pick Central, and I am trying to refresh so we can talk about baseball real quick. Anything? Gerrit Cole's a cheater.
No, I mean it's just stuff that's been passed down generations.
Gerrit
of
Cole
time. It's-
is a cheater. Gerrit Cole was asked point blank, "Hey, did you use that stuff?" He did not
Wouldn't
say.
answer.
He didn't say no. He didn't say absolutely not. He stumbled on his words. He goes around. Gerrit Cole,
Should have played at the Fifth Amendment.
who after
he
the
said
fifth,
Yeah.
nothing incriminating. He said nothing incriminating.
his tone was incriminating. Also,
not in the court of law.
every time you got to watch today because every time
I
he's
saw
pitched,
it. I saw. Oh, he's pitching today. I
every
bet
time
on
he
him.
has pitched since they cut down on the
You mean
tack.
you mean once?
once every
one
every time.
He got shelled.
If he gets shelled today,
did.
we
He
don't
had-
have the audio.
he had a
but
bad
that's okay.
outing. It's okay.
We're working on the audio here.
Maybe that's why they beat Mississippi State. in the 13
The only
title.
thing I'll address is he should have been.
Have you ever used spider tap while pitching?
I don't.
No, say no.
Plead the Fifth.
Say no.
no, because if he
I
Look
don't
at him.
know,
Look, I don't know.
I don't know if. I don't know quite. I don't quite know how to answer that, to be honest.
You could
Good
say no.
answer. Good answer.
You
I
can say
actually,
no.
listen.
Good answer.
I fucking hate the Yankees. I actually respect
there are
that because if he
customs and
says,
practices that.
I mean, you can't just say
have
yes.
been
Yeah, you can't say
passed
yes.
Down from older players to younger players, from the last generation.
You
of
could
players
say no.
to this generation of players, and I think there are some things that are certainly out of bounds in that regard, and I've stood pretty firm in terms of that. in terms of the communication between our peers and whatnot.
Just lie at this point. Just say no.
You know, and
he's not a liar.
Again, like I mentioned earlier, there's, you know, this is important to a lot of people that love the game, and this is including the players in this room, including fans, including, you know, teams. And so,
watch this.
If MLB wants to, you know, legislate some more stuff, that's a conversation that we can have, because ultimately we should all be pulling in the same direction on it.
Hey, Ben Mintz, have you ever had sex with a donkey?
No.
There it is. That's how you answer when you haven't done something.
Okay, but in his defense, if he fooled around with a donkey and he's going to open the investigation, he can't, like, he's going to be like,
can't speak on it.
You know what I mean? Like,
can't speak on it.
I know you did, but I'm just saying.
I'm guilty of a lot in my life. But
yeah,
this
exactly.
Is one I got. Wash my hands off.
He used a bad example. I'm just saying.
That was a great example. I needed something where he'd say no.
If he says yes, they're gonna have all the screens.
You got to remember, Vince had a crazy life. There's a lot of things he'd probably say yes to.
There are a lot. Yeah.
My biggest issue with it was him not being prepared for the question.
The reporter looked like he didn't even want to ask it. He's like,
because it's the Yankees. Like, you don't like if you're like you don't want to like be. He doesn't want to like fuck himself over with the team. Like maybe a little.
Hey,
he's a local reporter.
I have a question.
Like a guy in a Netflix documentary, like in a small town that they catch in an interview room, like who killed his wife. He's nervous as shit. Like he's like, I don't know how to. Like he's.
I have a question for you.
He's
Yankees
definitely
fan.
guilty, but I'll give him credit. He didn't incriminate himself.
All that bluster and all that yelling and all that madness about the Astros cheating. You still holding them feelings?
Oh, I mean, let's not sit here and compare using a little like sticky
cheating's
substance.
Cheating, right?
No, it's not.
Cheating's cheating.
Let's not compare like a sticky substance on your hat, your mitt to fucking
knowing the
literally knowing the pitch that's coming.
If your whole career is based on spin rate and you're getting that spin rate by cheating to do it, then your career is kind of a farce, right?
Right, and this is the whole league, though. Every pitcher is doing this.
I know, but I know that. But the whole league also acted crazy. Oh, I can't believe the Astros. Well, guess what? You got guys that are cheating too.
That's what the Yankees will do. They'll say he never earned his pinstripes and send them back to the cheating Astros. They can't change it. Like, well, we inherited the guy. We didn't know he was a cheater. We didn't know his problems. You guys will run him out of town real quick.
No. That's. I mean, if he pitches bad, if he starts pitching bad, I'll be like, yo, fuck this guy.
Fucking cheating Astro. He couldn't change his ways.
Once they cut down
we're also way too financially invested into him. He's not going anywhere.
Okay, what if he gives up 6 runs in 3 innings today?
That'd be bad.
I guess that's a good
I'd
answer.
lose my bet. The Yankees would lose. It would be a
You betting on
horrible
them
look.
again?
They won yesterday.
Marty's not
Brandon.
here. Somebody's got a fire on the Yankees.
Brandon, I told you this is the Minnesota Twins. This is like Minnesota Twins is like. I'd be more worried if we were playing the Pirates.
The whole league used steroids in the 90s. Was that cheating? That's the definition of cheating. Yes, Matt H., you dumb fuck. Yeah.
My dad's weighing in. He's
just because the whole league was cheating doesn't mean nobody was cheating.
He said if Trevor Bauer didn't hate Cole at UCLA, none of this is happening. Bauer threw Cole under the bus because he hates him, and the genie was out of the bottle.
Bauer's using the sticky stuff too, though.
Yeah,
he's basically
I know, but he's putting more info, like
bringing people down with him.
It's what we call the rabbit, Brandon, on the highway.
Yeah.
I'll go 80, but let the guy in front of me go 90. Who's getting the ticket first?
He's just he's too good for his own
rabbit.
good.
Listen, it's not a big deal, all right? I mean, I've rooted for cheaters before in my life. Ben roots for Ole Miss, so it's fine. So
I know it's not. I mean, it's only a big deal if he pitches like shit.
Yes.
If he goes out and shoves today, it's what's anyone gonna say?
What do you got today? The Twins.
Twins.
They're a fucking heavy favorite.
Yanks.
The Twins have Randy Dobbs.
I got him on the run line. Guy used to drive Uber.
You disrespecting Uber? Guy made an honest living, TJ.
They did pitch better.
There's a lot of people now who
he's got a 6 ERA.
Left their job.
All right, you guys ready for Win Total Wednesday? And we'll talk about NBA playoffs later. Win Total Wednesday. Before we get into Win Total Wednesday,
boy,
we got some college football guys here. If you don't like college football talk this early, well, it's gambling talk, and these are some futures I think are going to hit.
We picked a day. We're going to mix them in. And
Wednesday's a great day. For
I also think
midweek, great.
With the four of us, and maybe Marty will just steal our answers. We could go. I'm hoping 40-8 on these win totals.
5 years ago, Felix Gray realized our eyes weren't meant to look at screens all day and designed glasses to make daily screen time more comfortable and the workday more productive. Now, more than ever, Americans are spending more time on computers, phones, tablets, gaming, and so many other sources of blue light. Felix Gray glasses are not like other blue light lenses. They filter 15 times more blue light that can make screen time tough on eyes and disruptive to sleep. They've got non-prescription and prescription available. Check them out at felixgrayglasses.com/picks. I picked mine out this morning. I'm going with the Nash glasses in the tortoise shell frames.
You didn't know what tortoise shell was before you selected them.
First of all, turtles were my best friends from like age 5 to 11. I know exactly what tortoiseshell is.
But
the tortoise whiskey.
The brown tortoiseshell
Tortoise
design.
whiskey, you're right.
I got the Jemimisons.
So yeah, if you can feel your screen time or you're not sure if blue light glasses are right for you, start with the best in blue light. Try Felix Gray. Get yourself a pair of glasses made for the 21st century, designed for modern, hardworking eyes. You have nothing to lose. Go to felixgrayglasses.com/picks for the best blue light glasses on the market. That's FELIXGRAY glasses.com/picks. Free shipping, free returns, free exchanges. felixgrayglasses.com/picks. Okay. Win total Wednesday. I don't know who wants to start. I guess we'll just go across the room, starting with Rico. Rico, it was your idea to have win total Wednesday, so I will see. And you are.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Are these going down as picks?
No, you put these down as their own separate category.
So
Yeah, it's
not
like a
Trying to
effective.
get like a master list.
Not
we'll
to
blog
Just
them.
put these. They're not going to. You can put them on our card today, but obviously we won't
Right.
know if they're the
Yeah,
win.
they're
don't
not gonna
it's a whole season.
Like
you
just
don't want
cash
them near
them,
a card.
cash them all together in the beginning of December.
Yeah.
Or November. We'll just like that'll be
We'll do like a show on it. That'd be fun.
absolutely.
That would be a fun show.
All right. This one has very little wiggle room in terms of going over.
Oh, so you're going with
I don't
with a
care.
big boy, huh?
Ohio State over 11 minus 125.
Over 11, so they got to go perfect season.
Okay. Well, they could go 11-1 and you push.
can
You
lose
push,
one.
you push.
Okay.
Okay.
You remember bowl games as well.
We're not.
No, it's just regular season.
We're not exactly a math.
Is it strictly regular
This
season?
is regular season.
Regular season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strictly regular season.
12 games.
We're not necessarily a math podcast.
I'm interested to hear this.
But explain to me if this makes any sense. Ohio State minus 125 to go undefeated.
Right.
You're basically rolling minus 125 in every game. Their three toughest games. They were a 375 money line against Oregon. They are minus 400 against State Penn. And they are minus 530 against Michigan.
I love when you say state.
What am I missing as far as the discount here?
The only thing, did they have any trap road games? Because that's what's been the problem through the years.
let's
It's been
see.
Iowa,
Like a Purdue, a
and
random Purdue, yeah.
It's those games are the ones you got to worry about
Let's
with
see.
them. They slid. Because Ohio State wins all their big games. The Big Ten.
They'll play at Indiana this year because they played at home last
okay.
year.
Yeah,
that
but I
could be
think
one.
Indiana's
So at,
way too
at
overvalued.
Minnesota,
Yeah.
they're down. Tulsa, Akron, at Rutgers. So that, TJ, respect, that's a trap game. At Indiana, at Nebraska, I don't buy
Yeah, this is cake.
We
Frost.
kill Nebraska.
Purdue, Michigan State at home, and at Michigan.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah,
good. No, there's
could-
no.
No,
There's
no,
very little wiggle
yeah,
room.
I don't wanna-
But I think this team is going to win the national championship. I gave it out last week.
Even though they've got the best receivers in the country,
Loaded.
but we don't know what they're going to have at quarterback.
What about these kids coming in has worried you with these friends?
That they're unproven. I understand what's Clemson, Ohio State, Alabama. You know the next guy is going to be good, but they still have to go do it. They still have to go do it.
Absolutely. There's 100%. If this kid's not the real deal, I'm in trouble. But I'm putting my chips on the table. I like Ohio State to go undefeated.
like that?
I believe in Stroud. He was there last season. He was the backup. He looked really good in the spring game. I know it's a spring game, but he looked sharp. He has a lot of. He gives me Dwayne Haskins vibes, which may not be great in the NFL. Was damn good in college.
Dwayne Haskins had the greatest passing season in Big Ten history.
He gives me Haskins vibes, a little more mobile.
All right.
I believe
guys
in him.
look good. They just makes guys look good.
I think.
Well, the
think
thing
he's
about
legit.
Ohio State, they're so far ahead talent-wise of the entire Big Ten.
Absolutely.
With Michigan down a little bit, with Penn State down a little bit, there's nobody there. There's no blue blood to check them. And an unchecked Ohio State can absolutely just string back-to-back undefeated seasons. So I respect the pick. I think it's bold to go with your first pick going at 11, but I respect it. Ben Mintz, what do you got?
I got a strong opinion on this. The over/under's 8.5 wins on the LSU Tigers, and I love the over. It's plus 100.
The over?
Yes.
They were trash last
yes,
year.
but here's why. I'll give you the spiel.
Over 8. Give me that number again.
8.5.
8.5. All right, here's the spiel.
Okay.
They won the national title with one of the best teams ever in 2019.
Those coaches are
I know. Well, no, we're about to get to it. All this weird shit happened that offseason with COVID. They came in with winner's tilt. People weren't taking it serious. You had Jamar Chase opt out. You had all this weird stuff. Coach O made two of the worst coordinator hires ever, bringing Bo Pelini back. He was 15 years out of date. He got torched all year. They brought in Linehan from the NFL, who did an awful job with the quarterbacks. I think he fixed that. I don't know how Durante Jones is going to do. He was the Minnesota Vikings secondary coach, but I know he comes from Mike Zimmer, and then they've got the best cornerback combo in college football by far, Derek Stingley and Elias Ricks. They've got athletes everywhere, and they went back on the offensive side to Jake Peets, who was like the quarterback's coach under Joe Brady, and so they went back to a younger, innovative offensive mind. What I saw out of Max Johnson and Butte when he had 302 yards in the damn rain against Ole Miss and broke the school record, those guys are really good. The SEC West, very, very in transition this year. New coach at Auburn, don't know what's going to happen there. A&M lost a ton off that team, even though they were really good. You can put down the at Alabama game as a loss. Non-conference at UCLA, I think they win. They got 3 joke games, including McNeese State, ULM. I think LSU goes 9-3 or 10-2. I like over 8.5 a lot at even money.
Ed Orgeron without Joe Brady, without Dave Aranda, I'm not buying it.
I think the Ohio.
They had the best corner. They had a great corner combo last year, and Stingley and Ricks was a freshman.
Stingley had like a total. I mean, I think you could just write off last year. He was banged up.
Yeah, but you got that 5-star talent across the defense, and you're the worst defense in the SEC.
I'm telling you, Pliny. I mean, they were all out of position. They weren't coached. I hate.
But
the only thing I'm worried about, Jones was like their 12th choice as DC. Though.
This is why we gamble.
That's the thing I'm concerned.
This is why we gamble, though. You like that pick? I fucking hate that pick. But you guys might hate my pick.
8.5, huh?
8.5.
All right,
I think they go 4-0 non-conference, and they got to win 5.
Rico over there reading
Yeah.
the fucking Lindy Sports magazine like it's the Bible.
And the
Well, I'm looking at
SEC,
the schedule.
they get Kentucky. They have Florida every year, but they get Kentucky.
Listen, I respect it.
They
You
open
got,
with
you got
the-
a little wiggle room too, because I say Florida and Alabama.
They open.
pencil in as losses. You have to
Florida's lost a ton.
be. You have to be conservative with this.
UCLA opens with a very tricky, or the LSU opens with a tricky trip to UCLA.
Yes.
And if Chip Kelly's ever going to be anything, it needs to be right now out there. Anyway, I'm going to cheat. I have 2.
Okay.
I have 2 because they're both at the top of the SEC, and I'm going one way on one team, the other way on the other.
Ooh, I
My
think I know.
number 1 pick, Alabama Crimson Tide, defending national champions, under 11.5 wins.
It's 11.5.
It's 11.5 on the Barstool Sportsbook,
high number.
minus 113, under 11.5. Nick Saban is the greatest college football coach ever in the midst of the greatest run ever. However, he's got 6 national titles in the 13 years. They have 2 undefeated seasons. From 2010 to 19, they won 4 national titles, and they lost a game every single year. Now, they are a team in transition. The SEC will be down this year. The SEC will not be – they are coming back to the pack. Alabama will still be one of the best teams in the country, still be the best team in the SEC, but they're coming back to the pack. I just need them to lose 1 game.
Who do you think it is?
In a schedule that they open with
on the 11th.
They open with Miami in a neutral site. They have road games at Florida, at Texas A&M, which I don't think Texas A&M is going to be bad at all. I think they're going to be excellent. And at Auburn, this schedule is filled with with landmines. Bryce Young, a 5-star quarterback, has never taken a meaningful snap. He will be excellent, but he can slip up. Alabama under 11.5 wins is my first pick.
I like it.
I like it too.
Think they might lose
Strongly
the opener.
like it.
They
Yeah.
never do, but they might lose the opener.
Strongly like it.
So,
like
and my other pick, my corresponding pick, a team that, if Alabama does everything every year, and they're going to be there, Georgia has the ingredients to do it every single year, but they don't. This year, they finally will. Georgia over 10.5 wins. They open with Clemson. I think that's a 50-50 toss-up. Georgia is going to have an elite defense. They always have elite running backs. Their receiver core is good. They finally have a quarterback. JT Daniels came to Georgia a
We didn't
finished
see
product.
enough of him.
If you're a quarterback that goes to Georgia expecting Kirby Smart to develop, you've thrown your career away. It's not going to happen. JT Daniels arrived as a finished product. That's why Georgia finally has a quarterback this year. Kirby Smart can't coach a lick, but he can recruit his ass off. They're going to go They're going to go over 10.5. Why? They open with Clemson. Whether they win that or lose it doesn't matter because the SEC East will be trash this year. Absolute
Florida
garbage.
lost a lot.
Florida lost everybody from an 8-4 team. They'll be garbage. Missouri will be okay. Kentucky will be garbage. Vanderbilt will be garbage. Tennessee will be garbage. South Carolina will be garbage. They have to go through the East, and they have to beat out of the West. They have to win a home game against Arkansas, a road game against Auburn, who started over at coach. Over 10.5 for
Arkansas,
Georgia.
they're saying, is improved, but that's
They can say that all they want.
like
They still got a
putting-
fat coach nobody wanted.
It's like putting new rims on a fucking 84.
They
Cadillac,
went
but-
3-7 last year, and we got to act like they're improved. No, they're trash. Okay, Georgia over 10.5, Alabama under 11.5. Those are my 2 picks. Hammer it. Barstool Sportsbook app. Big Ev, we will let you bat
Kinda
clean
like
up.
that.
I love this segment already. job.
So I'm the
You
only.
think they're gonna pick? So they're getting 4 against Clemson. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
No,
yeah,
go ahead, go
sorry.
ahead.
You gonna take them straight up against Clemson?
I will. It'll be a week of decision, but as of right now, I would pick Georgia to beat Clemson.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go.
I've kind of got a similar one where I got to win that first week. I guess I'm the only one that went outside the Power 5. Me and Rico talked about it last week.
Well, I think I know where you're going. I stole your
Yes,
team.
Kentucky's guard.
Go ahead, steal my team.
Nevada
Yep.
over 7.5. This is a team that was good last year. Came in second, I believe, second or third in the Mountain West. They are bringing back their entire offense.
And
Their
Carson Strong, a great
Carson
quarterback.
Strong.
Sprinkle a little
I'm
on him on the Heisman.
I was gonna
Sprinkle
say
a
a
little.
dark horse Heisman candidate. It's one of those that he's gonna have to just undefeated to win it. But great quarterback, Romeo Dubes led him in everything last year. Stud, big play wide receiver. He's back. Toa, the running back's back. They've got a stud left tackle, Aaron Frost. The entire offensive line, all 5 positions back. They got back their leading receiver from 2 years ago, Elijah Cooks, who
got
did not
hurt.
play last year, led them in receptions, yards, touchdowns. He's back. Stud tight end that scored 8 touchdowns last year. He's back. This offense is going to be explosive. So it's over 7.5. They have 3 to play with. They open the season at Cal. I think that's a massive
Swing
game for
game.
them.
Cal, a very underrated
Massive swing
program.
game.
Too.
I agree.
Good defense, too,
They
which
were
might-
tough. They were tougher last year than I think they get credit for.
Yeah.
That's a huge game. They got to win that one.
They
The
got
other one that's
Kansas
they
State.
got Idaho State week 2. That's an
Joke.
easy win. At Kansas State, I'm even almost giving that one. Like they can afford to lose that one. They have Boise State on the road, which is another tough one.
That's early, too, right? You're going to know this.
It's week 4.
You're going to know this
It's week
early
4.
because
I
they could
agree.
be 1-3 early, and they could be close losses. It's all going to come down
And
to the
Boise
first 4
State
weeks.
was a disaster last year. Granted, they had a ton of injuries. By the end of the year, they were on like their 4th, 5th quarterback. If they get the early quarterback, I expect Boise to be good. I expect them kind of be the 1-2 in the Mountain West. But the rest of the year, then they got like New Mexico State at home. They get Hawaii at home, which is good. Never want to go on the island like that. Fresno State on the road is going to be that. I think is going to be the tough game. Like if they win that game, I think they'll be fine. But then they have San Diego State on the road,
Tricky.
Air Force at home, and Colorado State on the road.
They don't have San Jose State, correct?
No, that was a big part of it too because I think
7.5,
they're going to be good. So I think the fact that they don't have to play San Jose State strong for them.
I think that's a low total for them.
I think
7.5
with 3 games to play with on these, like it's basically like 5 games that they need to win 2 of them, and I think they easily win 2. I think probably 3.
Kansas State at Kansas State is always going to be tricky, though.
Like that one, I'll give away. Like I'll say
Always
that one.
tricky.
I really think if they
It's
beat
Cal.
if they beat Cal week 1, and I think a team that's
I think they're more likely to beat Kansas State on the road than they are Cal.
you think so?
Yes, 100%. Like Kansas State took a big step back last year.
So my thing with winning week 1 is the fact
They
like
lost a quarterback though.
having a team play
Thompson, right?
playing them week 1 with an offense that literally the entire offense is back when teams are still trying to just figure it out. They don't really have to figure it out. Like they know what they have right there. I think that's massive in a week 1 game where we're saying Cal. I think is a big swing game for that total. I think if they beat Cal, they're in a great spot to get over 8 or over 7.5.
Goosebumps talking about
I'm
this
on
shit.
that as well.
Oh, it's got me going too. Great. I'm glad we got this.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So every Wednesday, win total Wednesday. Let me go back through it real quick. I got Big Ev, my man, with Nevada over. I know the list, guys. Y'all don't have to tell me.
I don't know if you know the exact total.
Nevada over 7.5. I got Georgia over 10.5. Alabama under 11. Ben Mintz has LSU over 8.5, and Rico Bosco has Ohio State over 11. Those are the picks. I'm going to blog it later. I'm going to blog it this afternoon. I have nothing to do this afternoon, which is rare for me, and I'm going to blog it.
I thought we had discussed I was going to be the blog guy.
I thought me, you, and him, and I said I would blog it.
No, we got to boost.
You gonna
We
blog
gotta
it?
look out for our
Yeah.
guy.
You can blog it.
I'll blog it.
Sounds like 5 blogs to me.
Blogger Ev.
Yeah,
I've been blogging up a storm.
my
He's the guy.
mistake.
In there.
My
Let's go.
mistake.
I'll throw it out as a video. I'll have TJ clip it. We'll put that video on. And
So
I'll
you're
list
putting
everyone's.
all. I was just going to blog it in my beautiful words, my southern.
Well, I was going to do
dialect.
both. I like to see, people can see the visual, put the video up, and then also blog everyone's total, their reasoning, give them why it looks good.
Okay,
I'll
very
take
good.
care of you. I'll take care of you because I like both of yours. Before we even said them, I knew once you had 2, I knew what they were going to be, and I like them.
Yeah, I think almost like if you give it out, nobody else can give it out, but you can opt in. So I'm in on Nevada.
Yeah, I'm 50-50 on yours.
Okay.
Rico.
He hates mine.
I hate yours. I absolutely like mine, and I love Big Ev's. So, but that's 4 out of 5.
I love your Alabama one.
Alabama
the Georgia
one makes
one.
sense. It's just-
Georgia one they could go.
You got to see
10-2.
them to prove it. You got to see Georgia actually do it before
Well,
you.
no, I mean I think they're going to go 10-2 or 11.
Well, I think it's just
I don't think you're like wrong.
It's just the fact that they have to play Clemson. Obviously,
Yeah,
makes
at
it,
Auburn.
like, that just
at
makes
Auburn's
it tough.
a rivalry
Starting
game.
I
tricky,
really think you can take advantage as a gambler this year of the SEC being down. Like SEC is gonna lose a couple non-conference games they usually don't lose. The SEC, especially you look across the region of the quarterbacks. Matt Corral is a returning quarterback who's going to be very good. Otherwise, Texas A&M we think they're going to be good, but quarterback we don't know.
Yeah,
Right.
Haynes King's super
Do they-
hyped though.
who- do they
5-star.
have, like-
He was all.
They
he's
have
big,
like a
big,
next
big
guy,
one.
right?
They have a
Yo,
next guy.
yo,
Haynes
I
King
saw
and
him-
Zach Calzada.
yeah,
One of
I
those
covered him in
guys
high
will be the next
school.
guy.
Haynes King's a 5-star, dual threat. Coach's son played for Longview, super power in East Texas. He's Jimbo's guy. I
Okay.
think that's part of why he did. Mon could have come back for another year. I don't know. I think he's supposed to be good. A&M lost a ton off. They had the best defense in the SEC last year. They did lose a ton off.
Where do you guys sit on that? It's a perfect transition. For years, the SEC was grind it out between the tackles, fucking defense,
the
defense in the SEC. Now it's the Big 12. Should we just keep riding these overs?
The SEC goes as Nick Saban goes. When Nick Saban decided, all right, well, you guys want to spread it out and score a bunch of points, I'll just put the best offense in the history of the fucking game on
Yeah,
the
of
field.
course.
And now you see everybody do that. It's now, it's more like the
But
Big
you're
12.
saying that the talent is down. You think that affects
No,
more
no,
on
no.
the off?
The talent's not down. What's down
Oh, I
in the
shouldn't say the
SEC
talent down,
is the
the
quarterback experience.
So then you should be worried a little bit about the overs.
Maybe.
So
I guess I haven't put that much thought into
Auburn
it.
still has Knicks.
Auburn will be unders because Bo Nix stinks.
Alabama,
Derek Mason's the defensive coordinator, which I think's going to hire the Van. I think that's a good move.
I just think all
Arkansas's
of
got a
us-
new quarterback. Their defense will be really good, though.
All of a sudden, the SEC turned into the Big 12. It's been great to watch, but
Ole
it's-
Miss looks like they're a big.
I
Ole
don't
Miss
know.
is an over every week.
I don't know
But
that
we're worth it.
I don't know if the SEC turned into the Big 12. I think certain teams did. Alabama did.
Florida.
LSU did. Florida did. And Ole Miss did. But like Kentucky, Missouri, Georgia certainly hasn't.
Grinded out team.
Georgia's still led by their defense in the running game.
And that's what was always interesting is that the SEC would be like, how dare you talk about letting in the Big 12 team who went undefeated, like that fake league, that 7-on-7, and now all of a sudden the SEC is.
Yeah, but here's
the problem with
let
the
me
Big-
tell you the difference. The Big
Yeah.
12 doesn't have any. Their linemen all suck and never do anything in the NFL hardly.
Okay.
And the SEC sends the O-line and D-line.
I'm going to tell you another difference. When the Big 12 puts up all those arcade numbers in the regular season, like Oklahoma setting the all-time record in 2008, and then they show up in the playoff and they show up in the BCS championship game and they score 14, and Oklahoma every year has a Heisman quarterback and they show up against the SEC team, they get beat by 50. Well, when the SEC team now scores a bunch of points, they get to the playoff, they put 50-2 on Ohio State. That's where the difference comes in. SEC proves it on a big stage.
Got it.
And Big
Okay.
12 does not.
Fair enough.
Okay. No, but I like Big 12 football. All right, so A88 CBD, we'll get right to our picks. We're putting our bets on A88 CBD with U.S.-grown hemp extracts and high-quality formulas. Their products are winners, and when the stakes are high and life gets hectic, there's nothing better than reaching for an A88 CBD product. They got everything. Fruit chews, vegan gummies, CBD deep relief cream. They offer free shipping on all products, a 30-day satisfaction guarantee, exceptional ingredients. Head over to A88CBD.com. You see it right there, A88CBD.com to find an exceptional CBD experience for you. Use the code PICS at checkout. Receive 25% off your entire purchase. A88CBD.com. Somebody in the chat says Notre Dame under 9.5. I would disagree with that wholeheartedly. They're starting over at quarterback. They got Jack Cohn, who will be like missionary sex. He'll be boring but effective probably. But
Pride of Long Island.
But their defense will be outstanding again, and they don't get enough credit for what they've been lately. They've been the fourth or fifth best program in the country for the last 3 years, and because they're Notre Dame and they were overrated for so long, people act like they're still that. And
That's why they kept talking
Brian
about.
Kelly's a hell of a coach.
They
too.
kept trying to.
Nobody likes him.
Well, he killed
Nobody-
a guy.
Nobody likes him as a person, so they don't give him credit for how good he is.
They kept saying he was on the hot seat every year. It's like, God,
Dude, he
maybe
wins
it's-
9 or 10. He had that 1-4-8 year with Kaiser.
He's
when
won
they lost
33
over-
games the last
I
3 years.
understand. Even being a Notre Dame fan, Notre Dame was not good for the most part of the 90s into the 2000s. Like there was
Willingham and Charlie
there's
Weiss.
some
and-
dead eras of like
Bad,
that.
yeah.
So Brian Kelly gets you back to a stage where there's really only 4 or 5 people invited to the college playoff every year. Sans, Washington, Oregon, once or twice.
Michigan State.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same 4 or 5 teams every year who have their tickets punched, and then if they decline, somebody else gets to go. Brian Kelly got you back, and you're talking about he's got a deal as long as he wants it. There for me.
I think it's more the public perception than anything. I think honestly what it really is that national championship game The Eddie Lacy, like that team. And it
So then
should,
what do you say about Ryan
it shouldn't
Day?
be. I'm not saying that's why I'm not like saying
Ryan
it, but I
Day's a
think
fucking genius. You're going to run him out of town?
that's the public perception. I think after that game that left such a sour taste in just college football fans' mouths, they've never been able to get over it.
But how come
They haven't
Oklahoma
really-
doesn't have to wear it? Oklahoma doesn't wear the reputation. They get embarrassed more than Notre Dame does on the national stage.
I think even the difference between the Final Four game and the national championship game is big. And that year was pre-BCS.
That was 2012,
correct?
yeah.
That was pre-BCS.
That was the second to last.
I think that just
BCS
left
game.
such a sour taste in just like America's mouth when it comes to Notre Dame football that they're just not there.
But-
and then they've kind of they've gotten closer, but they still even like they're still not there.
In his defense, they were a 14-point dog.
I agree. I'm just saying.
Like,
I'm just speaking
I
for what I
get- you're
think
right,
the
absolutely.
public sees it as.
But
I don't agree with
What
it.
did you expect?
All right, so let's get to picks. We could argue Notre
would've been a
Dame
monumental
all day
upset.
long. Notre Dame has been perpetually overrated. See, people are married to this. Even these, like, that's just a dumb take. They have been overrated before. Last couple of years, they
No, they're
beat
pretty-
Clemson last year.
It's like the cycle of where you
Yeah.
go from overrated
Forget
to
about
everybody
that.
says
Now
that
they
you become
won with-
underrated.
yeah.
And
Yeah, but they still beat 'em.
Dude, they were underrated last year.
Beat him without Lawrence.
Still.
Other teams played them without Lawrence. And somebody said they play nobody. They played a full ACC schedule last year, which is
And
respectable.
North Carolina win was good
Notre
too.
Dame always plays USC.
Yeah.
Well, I think what's happened is like USC's been down, like Florida State's been down. So I think some of these big games that they usually play just haven't been like think about 10 years ago. You're saying USC, Florida State. You're like, oh my god, that's a gauntlet right
Yeah.
there.
Oh.
Now USC's whatever. Florida State's like stunk.
Well, every couple of years, though, they do sign that deal. They played Texas on Labor Day a couple of years ago. Then they had now they have
Stanford's been down too. They were good for a little bit.
now they have Wisconsin. You know, it's hard, though, because that's what they built their – like, people get geared up for Stanford weekend and USC weekend. So you can't necessarily, like, kick them to the side. You've been playing them for 100 years, but –
I certainly don't give a white-hot fuck about Notre Dame Stanford. I mean, that's maybe USC, sure, but Notre Dame Stanford moves the needle for nobody in this country.
USC Notre Dame.
Yeah,
is
I
good.
guess for old people, sure.
Well, because I think you just think of that like Leinart, Brady Quinn, like you
Yeah.
think about those kind of Charlie Weiss.
Full
Pete
ACC
Carroll.
schedule and respectable don't go together, Brandon. People are so fucking dumb when it comes to college football. This is what I got to change people's minds about college football. Clemson is very good. North Carolina is on the way up.
On the way,
Clemson
they're on the road.
with Notre Dame in there last year. The ACC was this, maybe the second, definitely at least the third best conference in the country. I think they were like with Penn State down, Michigan down. The Big Ten was Ohio State and nobody else. Last year, the ACC was the second best team in the country. They had two playoff teams.
I was just gonna say.
All right. Anyway, all right. So I could go on and on and on. Let's do picks. Yesterday might have been the greatest day in the history of the show.
Damn right.
Yesterday might have been the greatest day in the history of the show. I believe we finished up 24 units or something like that.
23 and 7.
Everyone
plus 23
positive.
units.
Everyone positive.
So Rico hit a big parlay. He's up. He had a 10.5 unit day. Amenzi's been excellent out of the gate this
Got
month.
the college
Big
baseball.
Ed with a big
This is my
day.
time to shine with the college baseball.
I should have been 8-0. The fucking Jazz won by 3 and the over
I had the
pushed.
Jazz by 3 too. I almost went 7.
yeah,
I had Jazz.
I Jazz by
also.
4.
I had Jazz 4.
Well, yeah, I had them at 4 and they won by 3.
I was somehow good yesterday, and so we will let. I guess we gotta let Rico go first because he was 6-1-1.
10 units. That's you get
Yeah,
to
we'll
Yeah.
let Rico go first.
Six of them
even
were-
being in first.
6
10
of them in a
units you
parlay,
get
but
it.
they're good. I have the Rangers Giants over. I have the A's minus 1.5. I have the A's team total over 4.5.
I'm telling you, you're on it now.
I
Been riding that.
I like
Every
the
night.
I like the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets are going to even up the series and get your needles ready. The Brian Cushing is back. Oakland A's to win. San Diego Padres to win.
This motherfucker said, "Get your needles ready."
And I'll back the cheaters. Yankees to win. It's boosted from 230. It's plus 260. Brian Cushing.
Get your needles ready, boys.
Get
All
your
right,
needles ready.
Spike up.
Ben Mintz.
That's
All
actually
right,
what
we got a
I'm
few
tweeting
of
right
them
now.
off.
One day he's going to show up and beat the fuck out of you.
First of all, I've got the Rangers money line minus 109. Got the Mets minus 134. I'm yanking the Blue Jays. I thought about it. I just can't go against Lance Lynn with how good he's pitching with the Ole Miss thing. So we yanked that. Got over 9 in the Royals Angels because Brad Keller has really been struggling for the Royals. Both pitchers have over 5 ERA. The A's, Rico, you got on it. This A's over 4.5. The A's totals overs. I've been riding this for weeks. We're getting to the window all the time. I got the Suns minus 5.5. I disagree.
Fuck you.
I think the Suns are the better team.
Not that.
But and then finally, Walker's mad. So it's interesting. I'll admit this when I'm wrong. My analysis on the Notre Dame regional was so poor last week. I didn't take the Irish seriously. They went 22-8 in a strong ACC. They've got this Greek, Niko Kavakis, who just is a monster first baseman. It's bombs. They got 2 great starting pitchers, and they're at Mississippi State in the Super Regional this weekend. I'm adding Notre Dame 18-1 to win it all.
Love it.
This team is the best team in the ACC. They should have been a top 8 national seed. They outscored everybody in the regional last week, Rico, 50-5 in 3 games. They won 10-0.
Little league
They
shit.
won 10-0, 26-3, and 14-2. And they're an
they beat?
underdog in Starkville this weekend, and they're 18-1.
Oh, I like it even more.
and-
Add it to the card. I just figured out why he's crying.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
No,
Give it.
No,
Well,
and
how
not
do I
even
get
just
him
that.
to win? How do I get him to just win the Super Regional?
They're plus 115 right now.
Fine.
I'm trying to
Give me
get it
that.
boosted in Indiana.
You can have the 18.
No, and then also they're on the weaker side for Omaha. They're on the non-Arkansas Vandy
Okay.
side. You want to be on the non-side of
Fine.
Arkansas Vandy.
Both.
So
Add 'em.
I'm this Notre Dame
Add
team.
'em.
I misread it last weekend. I'm saying my Hail Marys. I was wrong. They're gonna be good. They're on a mission.
And they're student athletes at Notre Dame. The dumbest guy at Notre Dame would be
Their
the
coach
smartest
is
guy
gonna
at
win
Mississippi State.
Coach of the Year too.
It's worth saying.
Is it worth saying?
It's worth
Is
saying.
that what it is?
And also,
fucking-
while we're at,
you
I'm
fucking Benny?
gonna let y'all do y'all's picks. I don't know if we're gonna have time to get this in, but I have a bone to pick with Walker and State right now with their fan base. But I'm gonna wait till y'all finish.
Yeah, because you assholes, you won a regional and tried to act like you won the World Series of everything. You dogpiled for a regional. You should expect to win
Wait,
regionals.
So okay,
You dogpiled for a regional.
So your athletic director is on the committee, and y'all win a bunch of midweek games against VCU, Campbell, and Sanford, the weakest regional I've ever seen. Okay, good. Y'all won a bunch of Tuesday
the
night
weakest
games.
regional since you guys had Tennessee Tech and let them beat you 2 years ago.
They were good. They led the nation.
I
in
bet
offense.
they were. Tennessee fucking Tech.
But regardless of that, so State. Look, I agree that State's got an unbelievable baseball.
You're
program.
saying our athletic director fucked you with the selection?
I'm saying that State, y'all are acting like y'all are Alabama football, not celebrating regionals. Y'all have won 0 national championships. Y'all are acting. And the thing is, State fans hate Ole Miss because y'all think we act elite. This is some of the most elitist bullshit I've ever seen. What are you working hard
We
for?
hate you because you're fake. Everything about your program's fake.
Well, like, what are you working hard for all year if you win a regional against a top 20 Southern Miss team?
Top 20 Southern Miss. Top 20 in what? The South?
Good.
Top 20
Florida,
Southern Miss?
Florida
In the
State's
state
good
of
every
Mississippi.
year in baseball. Look,
No, they're not.
best
They were
part of
3
this-
seed.
We got to get to the picks. The best
Anyway,
part of this
shut up,
though,
Rico.
is you ask anyone outside of the state of Mississippi with a gun to their head, who did Ole Miss lose to in the regional 2 years ago? No one would know Tennessee Tech. We got 2 maniacs who can tell you the score, the pitcher.
I know the score.
Ole Miss, Ole
They
Miss
choke
State
every year.
Twitter, Ole Miss is. I'm not just.
You know you choke every year.
I felt like the,
I have no
the
comment,
elitist comment
but-
struck a nerve because I felt like that made a lot of sense.
Well, dude,
That was valid.
I just. It's
I
just
felt like Brandon felt that.
Look, I'm not hating on State. State's got unbelievable baseball.
I'm not
tradition.
hating on State.
No, I respect their baseball tradition, but you're not Alabama football. When you win a regional, that's a good thing unless you play nobody.
You motherfuckers aren't even South Alabama football. You guys choke every year.
It's a new day.
Yes, it is. All right.
Lane train.
So, you go next.
I had to get that one out.
Little 2 o'clock
Great.
baseball. The Rangers money line. Kyle Gibson on the mound. The Rangers stink. Kyle Gibson is a stud, like 2 ERA. Give me the Rangers at home. I'm also in the Mets. They're playing at the Orioles. They shelled Harvey last time they played him. Walker's a stud. Rico knows.
Thank you.
Walker's a beast. Well, Taiwan Walker.
Oh.
Is that how you say his name? Taiwan.
I believe it's Taiwan Walker.
Taiwan Walker is
He's been
stud.
pitching well for us.
Give me the Mets. I'm on the White Sox run line. I'm on the Yankees run line because Gerrit Cole proves that he doesn't need that sticky bullshit. He can pitch with it, without it. Don't matter.
I don't bet
Yankees
on cheaters.
run line, please. And I got the Nuggets +6. I think they even up the series. If not, I think they keep it close. I'll take the 6 points. The Jokic coming off the MVP. He's going to prove it why tonight. Nuggets +6. That's the card.
White Sox might be my favorite team to bet on, like ever. They're just
You're mad that
fucking factory.
that we make fun of you guys celebrating a non-victory victory. You beat Southern Miss.
It was a top
We
20.
beat Southern Miss every year.
Yeah, top 20, top 25 program though. I don't know. I thought I don't have a problem, but y'all. I mean, look, to be real, I celebrate getting out of bed in the morning. So,
It's a good way to live.
That's how I live.
Win the small things.
Yeah. I mean, if you're
No traffic.
That's how you get people fired, right?
No traffic. Turn up the volume.
I got
Just enjoy the ride.
I got Islanders money line.
No, that's bad for business.
That's it. They're at home.
Close it out.
I'm upset now. I fucked up the. I thought Game 7 would be at Borelli's. I was gonna go.
You don't know where the
have
stream is. That's bad for
Have
business.
a pie.
Wait, but the last one was at Borelli, so then when it
They're in the
this one-
stadium tonight.
So the stream's in the
They're going
stadium.
Oh, they're
Coliseum.
going to the stadium. Okay. Love it.
Suns -6.
They fucked it up. It's supposed to be in Boston though.
Suns -6. Braves money line. They got to 500 again. I think they finally get over the hump and start doing a little bit better. Braves money line, and then Orioles money line to beat the Mets. I don't know. I kind of like to give the Orioles a little, like a pigeon in the park. Every now and then, just drop a breadcrumb.
Hey,
for 'em.
John Means got
They're
it
live dogs.
Yeah, they're not terrible. They're not terrible.
They can hit. That's why. Like last night, they went crazy.
Plus, it's a bandbox of a ballpark.
You been there?
I have.
I haven't. I'd like to go.
Went to
Yeah,
the
me as
outfield
well.
for a bachelor party, and my friends, who got punched by Roughneck Odor? Jose Batista?
Batista, yeah.
They abused Batista the whole time.
4 ballparks I want to go to: Pittsburgh, Wrigley.
I want to go to
I'm going to go
Pittsburgh.
5. Pittsburgh, Wrigley, San Francisco, Baltimore, and Fenway. That's the 5 ballparks I want to
I
go
sat
to.
on the Green Monster. I've been to Fenway.
Yeah, I've been to
I've done
Fenway as
Wrigley.
well.
Well, I haven't. That's why I want to go
let's
there.
do Fenway.
Fenway's
very
weirdly
easy.
as
I want
much
to go.
as
We just go to Barstool Chicago.
Fenway's-
office is 4 blocks away. It'd be fun.
Fenway's interesting because it's obviously the tradition, everything. I get it, but it's like once you're inside, if you take away the tradition part of it, kind of a shithole. Just being honest.
Talking about Wrigley or Fenway?
Oh, excuse me, Fenway. Did I
Yeah.
say Wrigley?
No,
meant
I
Fenway.
wasn't really listening.
Fenway.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah. But there's something
still
endearing
mad at
about
me.
it being your shithole. Like I'm.
Oh, no,
just
like, if I
coming
was a Red
around,
Sox
like,
fan, I'd be
History.
like, this is the
Boston's got
best.
so much history. The older
I know. That's what. Like to be honest, I loved Shea. It was our shithole.
Yeah, but that was a shithole.
Fun,
shithole.
fun.
Can I tell you about the
Fun
time that one
Winston
time I
show,
went to
guys.
Fenway?
Please.
I took a family friend, an older African American man who used to be a writer, and then randomly.
God, shut up. Shut up.
Tennessee Field of Dreams.
What's his name, Terrence?
He didn't even let me finish the fucking,
Right.
He let me finish the joke.
Yeah, to ease his pain.
They flashed the guy who played one game on the scoreboard.
You guys took off in Minnesota?
Yeah, I asked him what he wanted. He ordered a hot dog and a beer.
You're right. I should have let you do that. My bad.
If you build it, they will come. Super regional prices up on the Barstool Sportsbook app already.
That's the fucking show.